Welcome to the Royal Cyber's RPA video series. In this video series, we will demonstrate UiPath integration service. Our goal is to show you how to use UiPath integration service to automate complex processes involving multiple environments and enterprise applications reliably. We will use RPA features and API automation capabilities to automate typical onboarding process. We will use enterprise applications like SuccessFactors, OneDrive, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Slack along with UiPath to complete this process with automation. Our use case involves streamlining the new hire onboarding process using automation and integration between different HR and IT systems. We will explain the process flow first and then move towards the demonstration of the automation. The process starts with an HR admin generating a list of new hires and saving it locally in SAP SuccessFactors. Then a support admin picks it up and creates Salesforce accounts by uploading the file to OneDrive. After onboarding, users receive a confirmation and any errors are reported to Slack and ServiceNow for further investigation by IT support. We can streamline this process by automation, and yes, it can be fully automated with the integration services using UiPath. Let's navigate to SuccessFactors to understand the process in detail. Within the Candidates tab, we can view a list of candidates at different stages in human resources talent pipeline. Next, the automation will extract only candidates with onboarding and ready to hire statuses. Once the accounts are provisioned for the users or a ticket has been raised for errors, we'll create and send the Slack message containing the result of the operation. Before diving into the building of process, let's review the process we have already built and configured to get a high-level understanding of how different systems will work together. The first step involves extracting data from SuccessFactors. We use to get robot credentials and asset activities in Orchestrator to obtain the necessary credentials. With the connection established, we use the search results activity to find candidates who met the specific job requirements. This will create an Excel file at a specific location on user's desktop. Let's run it. And we can see the Excel file with the new hire details extracted from SuccessFactors. Great, moving on. The second process begins with the extracted Excel file is uploaded to OneDrive. We have two validations in place here. The first step is to determine whether the process was triggered by an integration service connector. The second uses a switch activity to determine whether the triggered connector was Microsoft OneDrive. If it was, the automation will continue to run. If not, a log message will be saved indicating that the process was triggered by an unknown source. We use the OneDrive connection from the integration service to connect to OneDrive and automate the file upload process. Let's go to the integration service and look at the connections established for this process. We have already created connections for Microsoft OneDrive, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Slack. This allowed us to seamlessly integrate these systems into our workflow. Once the process is configured and published, we can create a trigger. We have already created a trigger for OneDrive to start the process as soon as the file is placed at that OneDrive location. And here are some conditions. If the parent ID contains new hire onboarding and the full name is onboarding, Here, parent ID refers to the folder where we'll upload the file, and full name is the name of the file. If all of the conditions are met, the process will be triggered to process the extracted data using an unattended robot. Let's return to the studio project. Once the process is triggered, it gets the ID of the file, downloads the file, reads the Excel file, and stores the data in a data table. In the final phase of this process, we use the insert record activity to create the user accounts in Salesforce. For each row in the employees data table, where the onboarding column is set to true, we insert the record into Salesforce. To do this, we select the appropriate connection in the activity settings, specifying all the required parameters. This ensures that the user account is created for each employee who needs to be onboarded. If an error occurs while creating accounts, we have a workflow to raise a ticket by creating a new incident in ServiceNow. Once the incident is created, we have activities to post messages on the Slack channel. Now we have the file here with extracted data from the first process run. Let's upload the file on OneDrive at a specific location and see how it triggers the processing of the data. And we can see that the process was successfully launched. Let's access the job logs where we can see that the process ran successfully. To confirm if the process ran successfully, let's check if the Salesforce user has the same names as the one extracted from SuccessFactors in the Excel sheet. Yes, they are. Also, the second user account isn't created as the onboarding column is set to false. And we have a received ticket in Slack confirming this. And also we can see the service ticket in the ServiceNow, which means our process ran successfully. Great. We have now reached the end of the demo. With this demo, we learned about the use case, saw the project already built for it, and saw how components work together at a high level. Stay tuned for more videos on how to use RPA tools, and contact Royal Cyber for a free session on the prospects of automating your processes. Thank you.